Swaha. I'm going to start a new series of channeling information from Lord Ashtar and also Aim. Now, Aim is my soul twin brother from the Pleiadians. I'm trying to look for a picture of him for you. He is at the 7th level of the 6th dimension. There are 12 levels in each dimension. There are 12 dimensions. This is Aim. So sometimes I'll be doing readings from Aim, my soul twin brother, who sits at the higher councils of the Pleiadian culture. We've done a book together called Full Moon Messages from the Pleiadians, which you can get on Amazon. Just put Full Moon Messages from the Pleiadians in the search field. Also be doing some channelings of Lord Ashtar, of the Ashtar command. Lord Ashtar is, you could call the, kind of like the COO, Chief Operating Officer under the tutelage of Jesus Christ, who's the CEO, and the kind of the military branch of the Intergalactic Universal Confederation of Worlds. So he's very a light being. You know, and this book by Sister Tuella, I did a whole thing on Lord Ashtar, one of my videos, you can watch that, and what his role is, how tall he is, little specifics about him that you would know about. A very intense being of light, and they all operate on 24 strands of DNA when you get way up there, you know. That's up in the, between, you develop 24 strands from 12 strands from the 7th dimension to the 12th. Below the 7th, you can develop up to 12 strands. We only have 2 strands, and that 2 strand is dysfunctional as it is. So I wanted to go over some of this 3 questions that I asked Lord Ashtar. I got this on paper. I'm going to read it to you. One is, I put there, I have named 2026 the year of disclosure. I know that time is irrelevant in the upper dimensions of light where you exist. I'm asking Lord Ashtar, but could you comment on the energy matrix for 2026 regarding open contact? Lord Ashtar says, now this I do through automatic writing, so I'm, you know, that's when it's coming through. I don't do it now where Lord Ashtar comes in or Aim comes in and then I speak and my voice changes and all that. I don't do it that way. I just step in with my mind and then I type it all out. Lord Ashtar says, as I read the energy matrix on planet Earth, now we're doing this taping on February the 3rd of 2026. It is February 3rd, I think, yeah, of 2026. He says, I see the paradox between truth and reality. Many humans on Earth do not trust your larger-than-life institutions, as the memories stored in the soul from past experiences dating back thousands of years ago. Know that those who lead in power positions on your planet are not always motivated by love and light. We see the next 12 months laying down the foundation more for self-empowerment. Humans on Earth are waking up more to the idea that they need to take things into their own hands if they want real change to happen. Look at topics that are of most importance to human life to be more up front and center, like economics, healthcare, advanced technologies to benefit, caring for children, and so forth, so on. Issues that have been kept secret and are not purified will surface regardless if your leaders around the world want to try to stuff issues away so they can continue secrecy and manipulation. We are not happy with your international banking families as they have manipulated you to think that abundance is a one-way street based on limited values placed on goods and services, a numbers game that humans on Earth are addicted to, he says. The Intergalactic Universal Confederation of Worlds, its leaders, excuse me, know that the brainwashing techniques that have been used by these spiritual unwealthy souls, he calls them, will have to end in one way or another. 2026 is an increase of dismantling worn-out ideas in all areas of life on planet Earth that do not serve the soul's growth, as humans on Earth have grown enough over thousands of years to accept a larger awareness, to make the next step to graduate from all their efforts. Okay, this is the next question. That's 3 questions. I've heard other spiritual channelers, some of them referring to you, that President Trump is from the White Hat Alliance group, a part of the volunteer group of light. Is this true? He says here, your President Trump is a volunteer, but from the lower levels of the 5th dimension. He is not he's not an evolved light volunteer, because he has so many experiences in his upbringings that are more devoted to structure rather than spirit. He can tap into a well of energy from higher dimensions at times, but he short circuits in and out so much it creates imbalances in his energy field. He does want change for the better, but his obsessive need to toot his own horn is not what volunteers from the White Hat Alliance promote. Remember that most of the upper dimensions are of light frequencies dancing at speeds that your planet can't manage. This is why we download limited amounts of these frequencies of planet Earth and also to other dimensions where there are other planets, so we don't overload and blow out the existing evolving energy of that specific planet, galactic, intergalactic culture, which could cause a spiritual and psychological fallout. President Trump is the cleanup man, he calls him. This is someone who wants to go after drug dealers, sex traffickers, violent criminals, and so forth. He's pulling weeds out of the Garden of Earth to make room for a larger expression of light. So in this sense, he deserves some credit. He is sometimes a much different expression of his soul spiritual signature that he was in the first 60 years of his life. There are times when other powerful souls of light will try to merge with his. This is called soul mergence. However, if he were a volunteer of light from a White Hat Alliance, his heart would be more open to helping the poor and disabled. He does not have that ability. He does care at times, but it's more for his own position of power. The UFO contact that will happen within the next 24 months will shift his energy to become more spiritual and stop trying to fix everything with forceful actions that could get him into serious trouble eventually. The real work to change humans is by offering something that can make them feel more balanced and joyful from within, not pushing and shoving everyone around. However, at the present time, pushing and shoving can help to bring some of the darker, imbalanced energies back into alignment with light, and this is good. Now, if you think your planet has a variety of races, there are thousands of different races throughout the universe. We welcome all whose motivations are to learn from one another and help others grow more towards the light of God. I will say this, if President Trump can finish the new White House ballroom, the roof would be large enough for us to land the ship and attract a well of media attentions. I think President Trump plans on finishing that ballroom. I think it's August of 2028, if I'm not mistaken, but he would like to do it sooner. The amount of room on the top of that roof is quite extensive. I had it written down somewhere. I think it was like 9,000 square feet, something like that. I mean, it's as large as a football field. I was trying to find. I had the dimensions of the roof down, so it'd be large enough for a landing pad and launching pad for a couple of spaceships, small ones, you know. We want President Trump to be available for this moment, trying to protect him from harm, but he needs to also realize what our Master Sananda Jesus Christ implies. Whatever you take from others will be taken from you, and whatever you give to others will be given unto you. This is the law of karma. Okay, so that's what I got for President Trump. Then I put the last one was, what about the technologies that certain ET races, from the expression of Zeta Reticuli? Are they going to continue to abduct people and protection from governments around the world? Are they going to continue to abduct people with protection from governments around the world? He says here, our technology is much more advanced than the ET races that America, China, and Russia have attained from other non-benevolent races such as the Zeta Reticuli, Greys, which are small aliens that have been involved with the governments of planet Earth. There are different variations of the Greys, some of them a little bit taller. We use Elohim consciousness light technologies, which are thousands of years more, some millions of years ahead of current technologies offered by other non-benevolent ET races. The abduction cases have run their course. They have slowed down as many of the original Zeta Reticuli races dying out. There are only a few hundred of the original group left of that lost race. There are several expressions of the Greys which have invaded the lives of thousands of your people. We could not interfere with this program due to certain universal laws, and the result is not a dark outcome. The hybrid races that have evolved from the genetic program will be introduced at some point to integrate back into Earth expression and reconnect with those who have helped to create these children, many of them grown up, 20s, 30s, and 40s since the experiment started. The more human appearing ET, the Masters of Light, will be more of the focus for most of you. You have seen photos of Sanat Kumara, Saint Germain, other ascended Masters of Light. They are considered ET or extraterrestrial, and so are the light volunteers on Earth as you are appearing human. Or as you are human appearing. The expression of the Greys tends to be mostly short in height. Some are taller, but most of them are small with big eyes. They have been out of touch with their emotional light bodies for so long that they have developed themselves technologically more than the humans on Earth have. And they have advanced abilities like telepathic, levitation, turning invisible so they can walk through solid matter, and so forth. The good news is this program will end completely when contact is made, and we can gently push the remaining elders to a part of the universe where they cannot invade others' private worlds anymore. Also, the end of your government to use their technologies to further their expression of power over others will not be a part of the New Age system of thinking and feeling. The less than positive races are a small percentage of the galactic expression of thousands of cultures. Unfortunately, Hollywood is more focused on fear and not on the more evolved expressions of races. Now, I had some pictures from, here it is, Celaya Winkler. Celaya Winkler was a artist, visionary artist. I think she did some work with Walt Disney at one point, but she did paint many of the more evolved beings, such as Cthulhu. She did all these paintings. She is the late, I think she died in, I don't know when she died. It was the 90s or the 80s, I forget. But this one says, world teacher, also known as Pythagoras, one of the three wise men, Saint Francis of Assisi, and the builder of the Taj Mahal. Again, extraterrestrial guys. They don't have to look weird, So this is human appearing, okay? Lord Michael, okay? The angel Lord Michael, the blue ray for protection, Archangel Lord Michael, Archangel of the blue ray. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. Cha-Ara, Ascended Master of Precipitation and Longevity, creator of the first rose on Earth. Isn't that beautiful? These are extraterrestrials, the evolved ones, okay? El Moria, Chauhan of the First Ray, head of the Great White Brotherhood. And that's what he looks like, head of the Great White Brotherhood. And there's females also. I just didn't have enough spacer. I just came up with that. I wasn't prepared to. But there are other, like Sanat Kumara and his wife. They are the overlords of Venus, the logos of Venus. I had a picture of them here, and now I don't see it. I wasn't prepared. Let me see if I can find it for you, because you should see a picture of them. And if you look it up, Sanat Kumara, I don't know where I put the pictures, because I was trying to just get ready for this dissertation on, for Lord Ashtar channeling. But they're really beautiful looking. He's like millions of years old, and they both are, and they look like they're 18. Sanat Kumara and Master Lady Venus. Sorry about that, guys. I do so many things, for God's sakes. I'm going to be 68 years old on March 3rd, 2026. I should be resting and going. I should be sucking on a pineapple or something in the Caribbean on a yacht. That ain't happening. I can tell you that right now. I don't make that much money. But at any rate, so I wish you all the best. And these are some things from Lord Ashtar, the Ashtar command. Om Swaha.